Yeah, good afternoon, all traders out there. Okay, so you are welcome to my live session. All right, and I want to make this clear. This is not like this live session is not like I have students that I'm showing my trading system. All right, so it's just that I usually record my trade process. All right. So all the trade that I do, I ensure that I record it and upload it on YouTube. All right. So so let us get right into what we have on our screen right now. So traders, this is 4 hour time frame on gold, and I want to believe that you also know that gold has been heavily bearish. In fact, if we check daily time frame as well, we can see that potentially gold has been falling so hard. It has been falling so hard because if you look at this daily time frame right now, you can see that this is where we have our break of structure, right? So when we have our break of structure right there, price rally up here, okay, and eventually price broke all the way down. So on normal ground, this is our higher low, right? So what do we expect price to do when it was moving up gradually like this? Price should actually break this high and give us another break of structure, right? But price didn't react that way. And what price simply did is that after it reversed up here, price was just dropping. So it's creating lower highs, lower low, lower highs. Now the next low is going to be around this daily demand zone. All right, and you can see that I have already marked out my demand zone. All right, so and it remained almost some small pips, okay, some like the distance that this price is going to reach this level, okay, is not that wide. All right, it's not that wide. So on normal ground, I am supposed, like, if I want to wait for this trade very well, I will actually wait for this trade to actually come all the way down here. All right, I want to wait for it to come all the way down here. But one thing is just that, okay, so if it comes all the way down here, I'm going to look for my buy opportunity. All right, but if price didn't come all the way down here, all right, or rather if price eventually come, like, before price come all the way down here, I just want to see if I can actually take a sell trade, because price it is very clear as day that price is in a downtrend. So how do we do it? What do we do right now? We know that we already have our, okay, one thing is that I think I should just firstly mark my internal. You can see that we have internal demand zone around here, okay, so you know that this is a break of structure here, so we have a internal demand zone around here. So now let me go down to 1 hour. Let us see how price is reacting. Okay, all right, so now we can see how price is reacting from here. So this is our 1 hour time frame, and you can see that price is almost getting to this level, right? Price is almost getting to this level. So what do we do right now? Okay, so what we can potentially do is that we want to, okay, I don't want to force trade, although I'm feeling like I should trade this gold market. All right, but I'm not going to force this trade because I am a real trader. Like, I am a disciplined trader. Okay, so I don't force trade. If I don't see my setup, I'm not taking any trade. So since this is our 1 hour, okay, so we can see how price has actually reacted. Okay, we see how price reacted previously, and that was 2 days ago. All right, so price simply come all the way down here, reverse a little bit, and push to the downside. So this is a supply zone. So this is a 1 hour what is it called, 1 hour break of structure. Okay, so this is our 1 hour break of structure, and price simply came all the way up here to retest this zone. Okay, to retest this zone, then price simply dropped massively to the downside. So traders, let me Okay, so what do we do right now? So let me go down to 15 minutes and see, probably we can see any setup. All right, let us see if we can get a setup. So since this is 15 minutes, okay, so it is very clear as day that we have a break of structure right there. Okay, so this is a valid break of structure. Okay, so this is a, okay, let me just take a like this. This is a valid break of structure. So since we have break of structure right here, price has not really make another break of structure, although it is very so I can say that this break of structure, okay, this is our supply zone. This is the supply zone that caused price to move aggressively to this downside. So currently, as price is reacting, because the time is almost 9 minutes to 1, right? So, and if I'm going to build narrative for this trade, I will not say that price will come all the way up here before it push down, okay, because price has already begun the downward movement. So what can I see right there? Okay, so let us see, because right there price is actually consolidating. All right, price is consolidating, but nevertheless, if we get down to 5 minutes, we are going to see how price is reacting here. All right, so, and this is, okay, let me come to 15 minutes. Oh, okay, so this is where sometimes price usually get confused. Like, we get confused sometimes about trade. Okay, so you can see what is going on right now. Okay, so this is a consolidation trend, and if I want to actually spot out my break of structure, that is going to be somewhere around here. Okay, with this candle right there. All right, in fact, this is not a really, it's not a break of structure per se. Okay, it's not a break of structure per se, so I can say that this is probably a liquidity sweep. Okay, liquidity sweep. Then, so let us see how price comes. So price make lower low, then price make lower highs here, right? So I'm going to expect price to actually push down. All right, but before price actually push down, we can see that price has already cleared liquidity below here. Okay, and sincerely, if I'm going to make this to be a high probability setup, all right, I'm going to expect price to actually come here. Okay, I'm going to expect price to come here and clear liquidity. Where is my liquidity here? Okay, so where is my liquidity here? I can't find it. Hi. Probably I've deleted it. All right, so okay, no, this is my 5 minutes supply zone. All right, 5 minutes supply zone. So I'm going to expect price. Okay, I want to expect price to come and retest this zone. Okay, so I want it to come all the way up here before I take a sell trade, really. So if price didn't give me this narrative, I'm going to forget about this trade. All right, so potentially, if I'm going to take a short, it's going to be around here. All right, so normally this is the point, so I can simply put my stop loss above here, above this 5 minutes mini supply zone as well. All right, so that is what we are going to actually, that is how we are going to actually trade this pair. All right, so, and another thing is that, so where do we take our profits? Okay, this is going to be a quick scalp. Really, it's going to be a quick scalp, and you can see we still have some move that we can catch on this trade, because this is almost let me say 1 risk to 4 ratio, right? Because this is almost $80 around there. So 20 times 4, that is $80. So this is 1 risk to 4 reward. Okay, risk to reward, something like that. So traders, let us see how this trade is going to play out today. All right, and don't forget that this is the daily, this is the daily demand zone, right? Yeah, this is the daily demand zone. So all right, traders, I have entered this trade right now. Okay, so I entered about, I think that was about, okay, 15, like 30 minutes earlier, 30 minutes ago. All right, so I have entered this trade, and it was around this zone. Yeah, around this zone. It was not here. I think it was around this zone, something like this. Okay, so something around there. Yeah, I entered the trade around there, and currently price is still okay. Price has been moving a little bit. Okay, so let's just see how this is going to play out. All right, so what I know is that this trade is going to run to my TP. I know that for sure. Yeah, I know that for sure. And another thing is that I actually trade my plan. All right, I trade my system plan, and that is the most important thing in trading. All right, so let's see how this is going to play out. Okay, but I know that this trade is a win. All right, so let's see how it goes. Traders, this is what it means to be a profitable trader. I mean, when you have a right trading system and you execute relentlessly and you follow your trading plan, really, you are going to be a profitable trader. Because as you are looking at this trade right here, you can see that I have already taken my full TP. In fact, price even dipped all the way down here, almost times 2 of my take profit. Price dip all the way down, and you can see that this is a proven system that I use in my trading journey, and that is something that you too should actually have, because if you don't have a trading system, there is no way you are going to make profits, traders. So for you to know that, okay, this is a live account. Okay, you can see I made about $68.87 on this trade. You can imagine this is almost $70 on one trade. All right, and eventually, and I'm not going to forget to say this, okay, because yesterday when I was, okay, yeah, that was yesterday, right? So when I was taking this trade, all right, so if you watch this video from the beginning, you know that I was actually expecting price to come and retest this 5-minute supply zone, right? Now, one thing that I will not forget to say is about risk management. Now, let me quickly tell you something about risk management, all right? Because you can see that price almost gets into my stop loss, isn't it? Price almost reached my stop loss. Now, you can see that immediately price moved all the way into my stop loss zone. Price simply dropped all the way down. Now, let me explain something to you, all right? Okay, so now you can see that this is 5 minutes time zone, right? You can see that price actually dropped all the way down here, creating this break of structure. Now price was now consolidating around this zone, isn't it? Price was consolidating around here. So now when price was consolidating around here, I know that, okay, price have to break this consolidation area. Okay, price have to break this consolidation area, and immediately price broke this consolidation area. Sincerely, I was expecting price to come and retest my 5-minute supply zone. All right, so now, and you can see that it actually happened. Price respect the 5-minute supply zone, isn't it? It respect it. But now this is about risk management. On a normal ground, if I want to set my stop loss on this trade, okay, it's going to be somewhere around there. Okay, normally this is the 5-minute supply zone area, and I'm supposed to shift my stop loss a little bit, just a little bit, something like this. Okay, it's still fine to set your stop loss, to set your stop loss, right? But now, what did I consider that made me to actually set my stop loss all the way up here, that price didn't even tap into my stop loss and take me out? Now the reason why is because I told you that you can see that when we have this supply zone to the downside. All right, the understanding of this area is that price was actually making minor pullback. Okay, you can see that when price dropped a little bit down here, price reversed a little bit, price came all the way down, it reversed a little bit, it came all the way down again, reversed a little bit, and you can see immediately it dropped down here. You can see this green candle. Okay, this candle reversed a little bit and drop it. So this is the last buy candle that actually failed at this zone. Okay, this is the last buying candle that actually failed before we have this push to the downside that give us this break of structure. All right, so this 5-minute candlestick is one thing that actually that you need to actually consider. That is one thing that I considered yesterday when I want to take this trade, because I know that since we have this minor pullback, all right, I need to place my stop loss above this 5 minutes minor pullback, and that is what I simply did. You can see that my stop loss is above this 5 minutes supply minor pullback, isn't it? And that is why price could not actually get into my supply zone. That is how to use good risk management. All right, you don't just get greedy about because you don't want to lose a lot of money and you set your stop loss like this. It doesn't work that way. You must ensure that you apply good risk management regardless of the risk. Okay, I mean regardless of the amount that you are risking. All right, and on a normal ground I usually risk about $15. Yeah, because I said in one of my video that I usually risk $15, right? But when I analyzed this trade yesterday, I see that okay, my risk have exceeded $15. In fact, it is almost times 2 of my normal risk. But what I just understand is that okay, based on this particular trade that I want to take, the criteria on this trade will not actually let me to use my normal stop loss amount. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, and that is why I actually place my stop loss above here. Really, I'm going to tell you, because I was actually very busy yesterday. I could not monitor this trade very well. But when price was actually moving to my stop loss zone, okay, so I was actually on the 15 minutes time frame. So let me show you something on the 15 minutes time frame that I want you to actually learn from there. All right, see, one thing that I want you to understand is that market is built on liquidity. All right, it is built on liquidity, and on normal ground, what I expect price to do yesterday is that after it retests this 5-minute supply zone, price should just keep dropping. All right, price should just keep dropping. But the reason why price could not able to break this zone, okay, the reason why it could not break this zone is because price didn't get enough liquidity at this zone, because you know that this is the beginning of this selling pressure right there. Okay, so price did not have enough liquidity to push the price to the downside. Now you can see that price simply came all the way up here. It did not have much liquidity to push the price down to break this structure. Okay, so what price simply did is that it went all the way up again to take out all broke traders, all beginner traders that don't know how to apply good risk management, because some traders will actually set their stop loss around here. Okay, some traders will set their stop loss above these 5-minute supplies, and you can see that easily price will take them out and it will go in their direction. Okay, but this is where risk management is very, very important, really. So you can see that price simply find its way all the way back up here. It clear all the liquidity, because you know that there are many double highs here. Okay, this is an high, this is another high 2, this is another high 3. Price came all the way up here again. This is almost equal 4 highs. So on normal ground, there is liquidity sitting above this zone. All right, so that is what price actually simply did at this area, because there is a liquidity. So price simply clear all the liquidity above this zone. Immediately price clear all that liquidity, price just went all the way down. You can see that the selling pressure is very, very massive. You can see it didn't even reverse all the way up here or anything. It just keep dropping. Traders, sincerely, I want you to, because you see, one thing that I want you to know is that there's nobody telling me to trade on this particular day. I actually build this trading system, okay? And with the help of my mentor, the trading gig, I actually follow the right trading system. I also decided for myself that okay, this is the time that I want to be trading. I told myself that okay, I want to be trading on this day. This is how I'm going to set my stop loss. This is how I'm going to take my risk. This is how I'm going to set my take profits. All right, nobody is actually motivating me probably every single day. I'm not in one special group like that they are saying that okay, I should trade compulsorily today. No, nobody is doing that for me. It is because I actually love this game. All right, it is because I actually want to be more disciplined about trading, and that is why I'm motivating myself. Okay, I mean, the inner drive in me keeps pushing me to do more. It keeps pushing me to analyze the market. It keeps pushing me to understanding the market more than ever. Sincerely, let me say that 6 months ago, I don't know how to trade the financial market like this. Like, the precision is very rare. This precision is very rare. I don't know how to trade before, but the thing is, I have put in the work. I have learned a right trading system. I have learned what is working from what is not working. All right. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm building myself. I'm building my trading plan. I'm building my trading career so that I can be more disciplined, and I can really prove to myself that okay, now I know that I am a trader. I am not a gambler. Okay, so traders, I want you to learn from this. If you don't know how to trade, please try as much as possible to learn the right system, because if you learn the right system, sincerely, there's no way that you are not going to win, because the market is not built against you so that you can lose your money. Yeah, it is not built against you. It is only built so that you can make some profits in the financial market. And if you don't learn the right system, then you are going to lose your hard-earned money. But if you learn the right system, there is no way that you are not going to make money in this financial market. So traders, really, I'm so happy that I'm able to execute this trade, even though when price was actually approaching my stop loss zone. I didn't freak out. All right, I didn't freak out. I just trust my process, because you can see that it only remains just small pips that price will tap into my stop loss and take me out. But regardless, I stay disciplined. All right, I stay disciplined. And let me show you my trading journal. All right, so that you know that this is something that I've taken serious. All right, for the past 6 months, I don't do this kind of thing. I don't journal my trade. I don't follow a right trading system. But now I have learned that it is very important that you have a trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, this forex market is not going to give you anything. So this is my trading journal right here. All right, so you can see this is the date, and you can see that before I actually enter the trade, all right, after I have analyzed the market, I actually save the chart markup right here. Okay, so this is my trading journal. All right, you can see that I have my date right there, and I actually save my chart markup from higher time frame. It could be my higher time frame, medium time frame, or lower time frame. All right, so but based on this, because I have already analyzed the market already, you can see that after I have analyzed the market, I actually save my chart markup at 5 minutes. All right, so since I have saved my chart markup, the next thing that I usually do is that I have emotion I felt before entering the trade. All right, so, and you see that I write it that the level of my uncertainty, like the level of my that I am not uncertain, is 10%. So if my uncertainty is probably 80%, that means that my trading analysis is not correct. All right, but you can see that it's not that I will not be uncertain of what is going to happen. All right, it is very normal that I should feel uncertain. All right, so but you can say that the level of my uncertainty is 10%, because I know how I feel, I know my emotions and everything. Okay, so and after that, I actually waited for, I waited for price to actually come to my entry. Immediately price come to my entry and I entered the trade. I document the emotion I felt after I entered the trade, and you can see that I feel good. Okay, I feel good because I have actually filtered out all the uncertainty thoughts or emotions or mindset that could come to me after I enter the trade. Okay, and you can see that after that, and when I realize my result, you can see my result right there, that I also document it. Okay, and you can see that it is sequential. And aside from that, I need to actually document the trading, the win trade. All right, so you can see that I said, I am short of words. This is a living proof. This is a pure profit of blah blah blah, and I am really happy for this trade. Although it seems almost, although it almost take me out, right? I will not forget that I was really calm when price was approaching my stop loss. Sincerely, I was really calm. I wasn't, my emotion wasn't taking me over to take unnecessary step, or probably when the price was approaching my stop loss, I should be shifting my stop loss, or I should just exit the trade. All right. So you can see, I will not forget I was really calm when price was approaching my stop loss. Reason is because I had filtered out 90% of my uncertainty or doubt in my trading strategy, and see me making blah 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 blah. Man, thanks to God for opening my eyes to trading. Thanks to God for bringing my way to Brad Go. That is my mentor, the trading gig. Thank God for my pastor or daddy for his relentless belief in me that we can make it online. Yes, this is a starting point. I still have a long way to go. So traders, this is what it means to be a trader. Okay, this is what it means to be a trader. You need to actually have a working strategy, and sincerely, I believe that if you can take your time into learning, because that is most thing that most people doesn't do. If you can put your time into learning, I am very sure that you are going to be successful. I'm very sure that you are going to make money in this financial market. So traders, this is Forex trading simplified. I want to believe that I have simplified my trading processes for you and you understand. And if you don't understand what I'm teaching right there, you can simply reach out to me in the comment section board. I'm going to ensure that I reply all your comments, all your replies and everything. All right. And if you want to connect with me on my TikTok page is Taiwo Oba. Okay, TAIWO Taiwo Oba. You can find my channel on TikTok right there, and you can follow me for more trading tips. So traders, take care of yourself.